and frank manner between Europe and India. How do we, as we heard in the beginning, how do we make ends meet? It's true that we won't have a climate agreement international without China and the US. I also believe that it's true that it's not enough that they can agree on some kind of common denominator. There are other very, very important voices that also need to be heard, and here India and EU must also come together and try to find out how do we get the maximum out of Paris, not so that Paris is sort of the lowest common denominator. A few comments to what we heard, and it might surprise you, but I could subscribe to most of what we heard from Joanne, also on sort of these three elements that you mentioned. First, I would of course agree 100% that the EU has done a lot, but of course we have not achieved everything. Of course there are many people in the EU, including myself, who would always like to push for even more ambition. Having said that, then, I would also sort of say, and I say this also proudly, that if you look at it, you will have a hard time to find another developed economy, or for that matter, any economy or region that would not only have set targets like that for 2020, we are actually on track to overshoot our targets. It's true that we only have a 20% emissions reduction target for 2020. But the reality is, according to all the figures and facts we have, that it seems that we will end up around 24, 25. So I know that some of our Indian friends would say, okay, if it's so, why don't you just commit that formally? Honestly, because we cannot have all 28 member states to take a formal decision on that. But when it comes to the very specific measures, cars was mentioned, fuel quality, whatever it is, regulation and standards, then the combined efforts that can be adopted and has been adopted actually bring us up in the mid-20s.